Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel where we focus on all things faith and career. Today we're going to talk through how to structure your job search in today's market. If you've been sending off hundreds of applications and hearing absolutely nothing back, let me let you know that you are not alone. You are not alone. Today's job market is like nothing I've seen in my time, right? I'm sure that people will say that it ebbs and flows and things are up and things are down, but I know that in my comeback video I told you all about how I saw the article where it's like 300,000 black women have exited the workforce. I've seen new articles with that number upwards of 600,000, which if 300,000 was alarming, you already know how I feel about 600,000. And so I want to share with you all, just if I were searching for a job today, here's the exact process that I would use as a former career coach. First things first, you need to set your foundation. This means knowing what types of roles you're targeting and knowing the value that you uniquely bring. This is very important, and I feel like it's a step that a lot of people skip over because I get it, right? You want a job and you want a job fast, like bills got to be paid. Completely understand. But when you know what it is that you are looking for, I can guarantee you that it will be easier to find. And that's not to say that everything's going to be roses and rainbows and you're going to send out 5 applications, have 3 final round interviews, and a job by tomorrow. That's not what I'm saying. But when you set the foundation, you will definitely make it easier for you to, 1, get into a consistent rhythm with applying, and then 2, you'll be able to set up your LinkedIn profile to work on your behalf, which I'll get into that next. But what you have to know is that applying to everything under the sun is not worth it. You will spend way too much energy for way too little in return, and it is just not worth the time. I know activity sometimes feels good, right? When you are without a job or when you are in a job that you absolutely hate, it feels like, hey, if I am moving, if I am applying, if I am sending out messages, I am doing something, and that gives you an immediate satisfaction, right? It gives you an immediate tick of, okay, I did something. Okay, can't say I didn't do anything. However, eventually that rejection after rejection after rejection begins to mount, and not only are you draining your energy, but now you're mad because you feel like you've wasted your time. So listen, you've got to get really, really clear on what types of roles you're targeting. And this can't be 2 things that are completely left field, right? You can't tell me that you're out here trying to be a doctor or perhaps a business analyst. Like, it can't be 2 worlds apart. But if there are roles that require a similar skill set and you check the boxes for both, by all means, feel free to structure your job search accordingly. Okay, so next you have to create a job search system that works for you. As y'all know, I am a project manager, and so naturally I'm gonna say to treat everything like a project. Listen, I love a good tracker because it keeps me organized. It helps me to know, okay, where things are and where things aren't. It takes the guesswork out of things, and it allows me to not worry about the small details, but I'm able to show up as my best self for all of the jobs for which I am applying to. This is gonna help prevent opportunities from slipping through the cracks, and it's going to keep your progress front and center so you can remain motivated. You can create your tracker in a system like Notion or Trello, or you can use a simple spreadsheet. In fact, that is exactly what I use, and I will link the simple spreadsheet in the description below. Like, it does not have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be over the top. It is really just a tool to keep you organized and to help you stay motivated. All right, and so the tracker is just one part of the system. I need you to set up some things to create some inbound activity, right? If your job search depends solely on you having fingers to the keyboard, searching LinkedIn and everywhere else for the job, you are doing yourself a disservice. And so to create some of that inbound activity, one, you need to have a LinkedIn that is optimized for the roles you desire. You want recruiters to find you. You want them to reach out to you because they are looking to fill a role and you look like you fit the bill. This is why I previously mentioned that it is not wise to be searching for roles that are worlds apart, right? Because you only got one LinkedIn profile, or I mean, you should only have one LinkedIn profile. And that profile needs to be set up in a way that it makes you the undeniable choice for the roles that you are targeting. What does this look like? It looks like having a keyword rich headline on LinkedIn. It looks like having relevant skills to the roles you're applying for directly within your profile. It looks like building out each of your given jobs that you've had previously with keywords that are relevant for the roles that you are applying for. In fact, if you are one of those people who are like, man, why do recruiters keep reaching out for me for roles that I don't like, or roles that are more junior than where I am, or just like it just feels completely left field, it is because your LinkedIn is giving that. You may not realize it, but it is time to up level that profile. The other part of inbound activity is setting up alerts for jobs that you are interested in. I know we've all seen it. A role will be posted for 10 minutes and have 10,000 applicants, and it is just wild. But having job alerts set up strategically, right? Like you don't want to cloud your inbox so then it just becomes noise, but you want to set up strategic alerts so that you do get instantly notified when there's a role that fits what you are looking for, so you can be one of those first people to apply. Okay, I feel like setting up an inbound system can be a whole separate YouTube video in itself, so I'm going to move on to the next thing, which is prioritize quality over quantity. Listen, again, sending out 100 job applications or doing 100 easy applies, I mean, tell me how that's worked out for you today. Just look at your job search, and if you're like, hey, guilty, tell me how it's worked out just blindly applying to hundreds of jobs. It has probably been very time consuming with very little to show on the other side of it. I don't care what anybody else on this here internet is telling you. And I get it. Let me put a little star by my statement. There is a need for volume, right? Like there is a need for you to apply to more than 2 jobs. You can't spend all the time in the world tailoring a resume to 2 jobs and just hope and pray that one of those 2 jobs will get back to you. Chances are, the odds are not in your favor in that instance. However, this is for my people, again, the people who are hundreds of applications a week because you are just like sending that same resume. And this is not to go down on a tangent of tailoring your resume and spending hours doing so. In fact, no one should really be spending hours tailoring their resume these days, especially when you have AI tools that will help. I'm also put a star by that statement because I'm gonna say for myself personally, I am not a fan of letting AI rewrite the whole thing for you. Like there are some things that AI is great at, and there are some things where they just miss the mark. And one of the things that I've noticed is a lot of times they will spit out these buzzword filled resumes that just are a bunch of fluff and have no substance to them. And that's not always, right? Because you can get more detailed, more creative with your prompts. I'm pretty sure y'all have probably seen me offering prompts here on YouTube Shorts because I don't want y'all to be fooled. I don't want y'all to think y'all are fooling anybody with those resumes that are not giving what they need to give because you have just put a blanket update my resume for me, Chat GPT, please. Like that's not gonna cut it. But all that to say, it should not take you very long to tailor your resume when there are prompts available to assist you in doing so. I'm gonna put a pin in that because I think I'm gonna come back and do a video of me tailoring someone's resume in under 10 minutes using AI because It's possible. And again, when I do it that way, it's not that you need to do it for every single job. In fact, that if you're doing that, bless you. Bless you, bless you. Instead, it is for a job role category. And so I'll show you how to do the research for that. But again, another video. That's another video. Okay, so the next thing, you have to network. Like it is a part of the job search job. Because let's be real, searching for a job is a full-time job. And so networking is very much so a part of that job. This, in my opinion, is the gift and the curse of AI, because now AI has allowed a lot of people to up their job search game, from tailoring resumes for them to writing cover letters to there are people who have built bots that will go and apply for jobs for them. And so they are cranking it out from a volume perspective. They are knocking it out the park because this bot can fill out 100 applications and it can search the job descriptions for the keywords to hopefully be able to position their experience as applicable to the role at hand. And people are getting real creative, right? And I mean, on the one hand, yay, go people. On the other hand, it makes it very hard to stand out. Places where I have seen candidates be a step above by going the extra mile of tailoring the resume, because that was considered an extra mile back in the day. Like back in the day, you know, I'm making it sound like I'm so old, but when I was coaching, nobody wanted to do tailoring resume. They wanted to send that same resume across multiple jobs, and it just wasn't working for them, right? And so if you were willing to take the extra time to decode what are the keywords they are searching for, let me make sure that the key skills and expertise that they are looking for the person to bring to the role, let me make sure that I make myself stand out for that. Now everybody's doing it because it's easy. It takes minutes, right? So it's no longer a thing where it's like, okay, I'm gonna spend 30 minutes or, you know, however long to do this. Everybody's doing it with the click of a button. But the thing that AI can't do for you yet is connect with people. It can write the cold outreach, right? If that's the approach that you're going to take, but it can't prioritize networking for you. I'm personally not the biggest fan of cold outreach just because it has the lowest conversion rate. But if that's your thing, do you. However, if you are like, man, I am not into outreach at all, especially not cold outreach, then I want to suggest two things. One, prioritizing outreach for companies where you know someone who works there and you already have a relationship with them. It doesn't have to be that y'all are best friends or y'all talk every day, but y'all have at least worked together and have had conversations. They know of your work. They would be willing to recommend you, which I also feel the need to say this. Don't underestimate the level of kindness many people are willing to show. I think a lot of times we just make it up in our mind like, yeah, she's not going to be willing to refer me, or, oh no, he's not going to be willing to refer me, without even asking. And my motto, which it took me a while to get here, I'll say, I was I won't say queen of fear of rejection, but I definitely, me and rejection did not go together at all. Like, I just was not, no thank you. But I've gotten over that and realizing that, listen, the worst thing that could happen is they can say no. And that is what, I mean, maybe you're going to spend a whole day feeling sad about the fact that they said no. That's fine too, but that's one day. Versus the potential upside of them being willing to refer you and you actually getting the interview and getting the job. That reward greatly outweighs the one day of discomfort that you're going to feel based on the potential of a no. And so I will again say, prioritize outreach where you know somebody there and recognize that closed mouths do not get fed. So be willing to put yourself out there and say, hey, I saw this role available at your company. I'm wondering, one, how you like it there. And then two, if you would be willing to give me some more information introduction on what this is about. You can make it low lift to start, or you could just get right in there. Hey, are you willing to refer me? Like, I've had people do that. And you know, like for me, I'm all about helping somebody get a job, right? Like, and so if I know them enough to vouch for them, sure. Like if I have worked with people and I've seen parts of their work, like why not? Especially when you think about the fact that when people refer people, there's likely an upside for both parties if they get hired. So I know a lot of places do a referral bonus where if I refer somebody, I'm gonna get some money and this person gets a job. It's a win-win for everybody involved. And the second thing that I recommend there is searching for people who are actively hiring on LinkedIn. So there are people all the time who post, hey, we've got this new open role on the team, hashtag hiring, comment below or DM me if you're interested. In this way, this is not a cold outreach because they have opened the door for you. And this is in fact hot, right? This is very hot because they have told you, I am looking for a person that fits this description. You would then be raising your hand to say, hey, I fit that description. Again, a win-win for everybody all around. And this one should definitely feel a lot less risky because the person has literally invited you to DM them or to comment. And I get it. Sometimes you don't want to comment because then people might see that you commented on this post, whatever. DM them then. Use a LinkedIn credit. Just get your profile in front of that person because you know they are actively hiring and you know you need a job. No, but for real, you know that you would be the person for that role. Okay, the next thing I need you to do is to build a weekly routine. I know it might seem like it is productive to just search whenever you have time to search. Apply whenever you have time to apply. But I can guarantee you that is the fastest path to job search burnout, which is real. Again, you don't have to do anything fancy, but just a simple schedule to know what you are doing when. Because, let me also say this. You need to block off dedicated time for your job search. If you are serious about finding a role, this doesn't mean you have to spend 8 hours a day searching, but you do need to block off intentional time. And then you need to know exactly what you are going to do during that time. How many of us have been in a scenario where you have an hour dedicated to something, but you spend the first 15 minutes just figuring out what to do? You can't do that. We don't have time to waste. Time is money. So I need you to have a clear schedule. It could be as simple as taking 3 days to search and apply, taking 2 days to network and outreach, and then baking in rest. And I will say that rest is equally as important as the other steps because when it comes to searching for a job in today's market, it is much more like a marathon than a sprint. And a lot of you, again, are finding yourselves burning out because you are trying to treat it like a sprint. Yes, again, we want to get jobs tomorrow. And that is my prayer for all of you. I prayed that your job search would be short. However, in the event that you do not, I don't want you to burn out. So rather than treating it as one long sprint, maybe it looks like focus sprint, pocket of rest, focus sprint, pocket of rest. And that way you can ensure that you are doing what you need to do in order to secure the job, but you're also allowing yourself to do it in a way that is sustainable. Last but certainly not least, I need you to track and adjust. This is where having that tracker is super important because when you get to the end of 30 days and you see, hey, within my tracker, I have filled out a total of 72 applications and I've had 0 interviews, that tells you that there is something that you might need to adjust. Maybe you need to tighten up the roles that you're targeting. Maybe you need to adjust the tailoring of your resume. Maybe you need to amp up the networking. The key to effective job searching is learning what works and doubling down on it. The exact plan that works for one person might not work for the next person. And so If you follow this strategy and you tailor your plan according to you and what works for you and what you feel comfortable doing and some of what you don't feel comfortable doing, because you do need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit, okay? But adjusting the plan so you can stay consistent and see real results, that's the unlock. That's the key. Okay, so I hope you found this video helpful, and please do let me know, which action are you taking? Which piece do you need to adjust in your job search strategy? Let me know in the comments below. My prayer is that everyone that sees this video, 1, remains encouraged, and 2, has the right opportunity come your way. And if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend who is on the hunt for a job right now. Until next time, friends.